So third page, I'm going to do 10 and 12. So 10 is -5 is equal to -3 minus 4 cosine of 2 theta. We want to get the cosine of 2 theta by itself, so let's do that before we get into our process. We'll add 3 to both sides. So I have -5 plus 3 is equal to -2 is equal to 4 cosine 2 theta. I divide it by -4, and I get 1/2 is equal to cosine 2 theta. This is the problem I'm going to work with. Two rotations. We're going to change the domain so that it becomes 0 to 2 theta to 4 pi. And then we're going to solve this problem. Okay, so 3 is going to be solved. So I'm going to say cosine inverse of 1/2 is equal to 2 theta. Cosine is positive in the first and in the fourth quadrant, and the 1/2 occurs at your pi over 3s, your 60 degrees. So pi over 3 in the first, and then that's going to be 5 pi over 3 in the fourth. Okay. Second rotation, we're going to add 2 pi or add 6 pi over 3. So this will be 7 pi over 3, and then 5 and 6 is going to be 11 pi over 3. So second rotation. All of this is equal to 2 theta. And then the fourth step is going to be pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, 7 pi over 3, and 11 pi over 3 equal to 2 theta. Divide everything by 2. We're going to get pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6 is equal to theta. So I did that one a little bit faster. Okay. These answers, your final answers, are between 0 and 2 pi. Your answers before you divide should be between 0 and 4 pi. So that's the difference between those intervals. All right. And then number 12, we have 6 cotangent of 2 theta is equal to 2 root 3. Divide by 6. Get the trig function by itself. So cotangent of 2 theta is equal to root 3 over 3. Let's not work with cotangents, though, because that's pain. Let's work with tangents. And we're going to flip this. So we get 3 over root 3. We'll multiply by root 3, and then we'll end up getting 3 root 3 over 3, or just root 3. Oof. All right. So tangent of 2 theta is equal to root 3. That's the problem I'm going to solve. Okay, number 1. 2 rotations. 2. 0, 2 theta, 4 pi. And then we're going to solve. So I'm going to say tangent inverse of root 3 is equal to 2 theta. So tangent's positive in the first and in the third. Root 3 occurs at all your pi over 3s. So that's how I remember it. So pi over 3 in the first quadrant is pi over 3. And then pi over 3 in the fourth quadrant is 4 pi over 3. We add 2 pi or 6 pi over 3. So we get 7 pi over 3. And then we get 10 pi over 3. Okay, so I have pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, 7 pi over 3, 10 pi over 3 is equal to 2 theta. All of these answers are between 0 and 4 pi. Now we just divide everything by 2. We get pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 3, 7 pi over 6, and 10 pi over 6, which is 5 pi over 3, is equal to theta. A little bit faster with these two. All right.